coalition of several civil society groups, voluntary organizations, and female professional associations participated in this protest. They are out to register their grievances against the killing of several young women in different parts of the state. These murders have all occurred in hotels and appeared to have followed the same pattern in the last 2 months. Their first point of call was the Rivers State Government House.
We're here to protest the fact that we're losing our mothers, we're losing our daughters, we're losing our sisters, we're losing our wives. It is starting with women in Rivers State. It can move to anybody. We are concerned because it appears to us that no action has been taken.
We cannot fold our hands and see our sisters die. We cannot fold our hands and see our mothers die. We cannot fold our hands and see our brothers die. So it's not about women, it's about humans. We are saying that nobody has the right to take anybody's life.
Identity of the victims has also emerged as a controversial subject. These protesters have rejected suggestions that they were sex workers and thus put themselves in harm's way.
Your sin, in quotes, does not justify killing. Yes. Assuming but not considering that they are Ron's girls, yes. Does that justify anybody taking their lives?
On this issue of our daughters, I want to assure you, the governor is not sleeping on it. The governor is doing something on it. All of us, we are concerned. I have sisters, I have daughters. So please, I want you to know we are doing something about it.
The police in Rivers State has confirmed that so far, 8 women have been killed in different hotels across the state. Now that figure is contrary to those making the rounds on social media. The police has also confirmed that indeed these killings are the work of a serial killer and that it is very much on top of the situation. The women also marched to the state police command.
The total number of 3 suspects so far arrested. Earlier on, we announced yesterday that 2 were arrested and they are undergoing interrogation. Then this morning, we recorded another one. He's here with us. I just finished interviewing him, and the investigation continues.
The State House of Assembly and the Department of State Services, DSS.
DSS, do your work! DSS, do your work! DSS, do your work!
Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
Joining me now is TVC News Rivers State correspondent Uche Okoro, joining me to give us insight into this. Uche, it's good to have you join me right now. Now, from the eyes, this is the 8th, there are about 8 incidences so far from the report that you recorded. Now, talk to us from the perspective of the hotels. How are they cooperating, or what have they found out generally from their own perspective as to those behind or the reasons behind these killings?
Well, the Hoteliers Association has so far been giving the police positive vibes here in the state. The last meeting they held with the Rivers State Police Command happened on Tuesday afternoon. I can tell you that the commitments were made at that meeting. That was, there's been a series of meetings since this incident began about 2 months ago, sometime in July, early July, here in the state. The hoteliers have been meeting with the police and they have made several commitments. But the police has made quite a number of requirements of these hotels, but the key amongst them is the requirement for these hotels to install CCTV cameras in their premises. But so far, the police is saying that many of these hotels have not complied with this directive. Deadlines have been given, deadlines have been extended, but the police is saying many of these hotels are yet to comply with the installation of CCTV cameras on their premises. They are saying going forward, should any death be recorded once again in any hotel that has failed to comply with this directive, the managers, the front desk officers, and other relevant staff will be arrested and be held liable for those crimes. The hoteliers have said they will certainly cooperate with the police, and they are appealing to their members to do the needful to ensure that this does not continue.
All right, beyond what the police have as information, that is the reasons behind some of these killings, and then what the hoteliers also say, what are the words on the streets? People, residents of Rivers State, what are they saying? What do they say or feel that are the reasons behind some of these incidents or the trend?
Well, there is this general perspective. We live in a very morally guided country, Nigeria. So there is this perspective. Quite a number of people are saying these young ladies are sex workers. These young ladies are sex workers. So they are saying the way to curb this crime is for them to stop working as sex workers. So that's the perspective. Many people are saying, this wouldn't have been happening if we didn't have girls who get paid for sex. So it is a very controversial matter. But then again, there are another group of people who would say, well, it doesn't matter. Everyone has their secrets. Whatever happens, it doesn't justify murder. So residents of Rivers State are divided. But of course, the security agencies and the government can't be bothered about how people feel. The point is the point, and that's the fact that a crime has been committed. So, but of course, there are also a number of persons who it has been established were not sex workers. There's also a story of a young woman who was called to this hotel to make deliveries of certain items that were purchased. There's also the story of one of the victims who is said to be a staff of one of the hotels who went to attend to a room service call. So it's 50-50 here in the state. People are saying, well, these ladies, be more careful. While the police and the government is saying it doesn't matter for now, we can't be bothered with the kind of work or the reasons, for these ladies being killed. What we are concerned about is stopping the commission of this crime, which is murder.
All right. Uche Okoro, thank you very much for your insight into this.
Reports that there are calls for the Rivers State House of Assembly to enact a law that would ensure that all hospitalities, that hotels, have closed CCTVs installed. Now, what reactions are you getting with regards to this from the people of the state and perhaps hotels?
It's a very welcome development. Everyone is applauding that initiative. But it is one thing for, to have good intentions. It's another thing for it to be practicable. Now, the question is, how practicable is this? How well or how far can the government or the security agencies go in implementing this directive? Because as at now, I doubt if the police has a specific figure of the number of hotels in the city of Port Harcourt. But then again, it's a welcome development because this, in quotes, serial killer has come and gone so far undetected. So as many hotels will be able to comply with this directive, the better for us all. So far, the Hoteliers Association are saying they are still trying to get their members to do this. A deadline was given. The deadline has expired a number of times, has been extended. But they are saying, give us more time. We are trying to get our members to comply. On the other hand, the police is saying failure to comply. Owners of these hotels, managers and front desk officers will be arrested. So it's a welcome development if it can be implemented.
Now, you are there, Uche. Tell us how the people are reacting to this, because this has become some sort of a worrisome trend that has visited that community. Talk to us, how are people reacting, especially when it comes to going out to have fun times, perhaps?
I must say there is tension in the air in the state in terms of, people are a bit more security conscious. We know that security has been quite an issue, a topical issue here in Rivers State, but this is a whole new dimension that we're experiencing. So everyone is very cautious now, because while some people will say, yeah, these ladies are sex workers, but like I said earlier, it's been established that many of these persons were just simply going to these hotels for business purposes. So I think what is happening right now will certainly affect the commercial activities, because a lot of business activities actually take place in hotel premises. It certainly would affect the social life, because many people just possibly just go to these hotels to have fun and to relax. But when there are growing concerns that these relaxation spots have turned from relaxation spots to danger zones, people will begin to stay away. So yes, there is that concern. People are beginning to advise their friends, advise their loved ones, especially females, to desist from even going close to hotels. Not talk less of lodging in these hotels. So right now there is a growing concern amongst the people. People are definitely a lot more security conscious as of how they approach, receiving services from these hotels in Port Harcourt right now.
Now, while the people are waiting for laws to be enacted, as it was suggested earlier to the State House of Assembly, are there measures in place in the interim, perhaps a security presence in certain hotels to perhaps curb all of this while they also wait for the installation of CCTV cameras?
Well, it would be, I think that would be a bit unrealistic to, expect security presence in all or most or even many hotels, because there are just a lot of them. I don't see that being practicable. I think the most practicable solution that the police and everyone has welcomed is the installation of CCTV cameras or some form of monitoring system, because right now what this incident or what this deaths have brought to the fore is the fact that our hotels are very porous. Security is the porous nature of the security situation or apparatus in hotels. Prior to this time, of course, there's been one incident or the other, but what this has successfully done is that it has focused on the fact that our hotels are not as safe as we thought they were. So I think the focus right now should be these hotels need to, from the signals I'm getting, these hotels need to take the lead. This is not something that the government can do, because the government can go into each and every hotel in Port Harcourt. You want in the hinterlands and so on, and in this local government. So that's the situation.
All right, thank you, Uche Okoro. We'll definitely keep up with you on details as they unfold from Port Harcourt. Thank you.